Good morning, y'all. It's me, Marty. Oh, it's a gorgeous day the Lord has made. And the coffee's good this morning. Anyway, I'm going to do a little video here. And it's going to be a few clips together because I'm going to do it at different times. But I am going to make an alcohol stove. So stay tuned. Okay, so an alcohol stove, a little mini pocket alcohol stove, is a tiny little stove. I mean, maybe 2 inches round, maybe an inch high. They're really tiny, they're really small, and you can have it in a backpack. It's a way to make heat, to start a little fire, and basically to have a way of heating water. You can put a little pot on it, or your metal water bottle or whatever. Has to be metal, stainless steel, or titanium, something on there. And you can heat water for coffee, for tea, hot chocolate, soup, stews, food, anything, or even just to warm up to, or to boil water to purify it to drink. And you know, like if you can't do a big bonfire, or you don't want to, or maybe there's a ban or whatever, but you can use an alcohol stove, and it's something I want to have in my pack, and just as a way to, you know, make a cup of coffee in the woods, or to make food or whatever. I also want to get a little firebox, which is a bigger thing. It's a square thing, and you can actually put wood in there and make a little tiny little fire. That's another thing. But this is an alcohol stove, and they make them, and I've been watching videos, and there's all different prices. The main one, the most popular one, is a Trangia, I think, and it's like just a little round little pot, and it's brass, I think, and it has a screw-on lid, and it has a thing where you can adjust the flame coming out. It's really ingenious when you think about it. And there's all different other brands, and there's different things, and I think they're anywhere from $20 to $80 or something. And it's just a little tiny thing, and basically it's just a little pot thing. And there's like holes drilled or poked on the sides all around, and you'd put a little bit of alcohol in it. You know, a lot of people use the heat, the yellow bottles of heat you can get for your car for winter time, or denatured alcohol, or whatever kind of alcohol or whatever, and you just pour a little bit in there, and then you light it, and there's a flame, and then it has to, what do you call it? I don't know. It has to get ready. It has to get hot and everything, and then you can actually put your metal bottle or your little pot on it, and then it closes the top hole. But then the heat comes out all those little tiny holes like a little burner. And I've watched videos, and it's ingenious, and it's so cool, and it's just a little tiny thing with a little bit of alcohol in there, and you can make a little stove. It's called a stove. It's actually a stove, and it's just a little round little pot. It's just so cool. And there's other brands you can buy, and there's some people are making them, and it's just a really cool thing. So that's one thing I want to add to my my pack. But I'm all about doing things thrifty and on a budget, and you know, and I like to make things, and I like DIY projects. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I'm gonna make it and see if it works. So I am going to make a little alcohol stove out of a little can of cat food. This is a 3-ounce can of cat food. This is just so cool. I'm excited. I want to see how this works. And it's incredibly cheap and easy. And so basically what you do is you take the lid off, take the cat food out, and dump it or give it to your cat or whatever you want to do. I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to do something gross. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, get rid of the cat food, clean it out really good, take the label out, take the adhesive off, make sure everything's off of there so it's clean. And then you take a pliers and you kind of bend the lid in, just on the edges, because if it's a little sharp, you kind of bend that in. Then you take a hole punch and you punch 16 holes around the top, right under the rib. And then you punch, I think it's another 12 or 15 holes, kind of staggered under those holes. And that's the pot. That's it. That's the alcohol stove. And it's just so cool, and I'm excited to try it. So, Yeah, and that's it. That's all you need. There's no other parts. There's no moving parts or breakable parts. There's nothing else. It's just a little stove, and all you need is your little alcohol, and a lighter or a ferro rod or matches or whatever to start it. And so yeah, so I'm excited. So okay, the first part. Open the lid. And get rid of the cat food. Okay, so you can throw it away. You can give it to your cat. Or you can be weird like me and you can eat it. I'm going to do this on video here. So you're going to see if I throw up. Hopefully it won't hit the screen. But I remember when I was a kid, I was like 10, 12 years old. I used to eat dog food. Dry dog food, Purina. That was actually good. This is wet, moist cat food. You know, I should have Googled to see if this is even safe. It's probably safe. It's actually tuna. You know, so I eat tuna all the time. Yeah, so I mean, how bad can it be? Only thing is with pet food, they might, you know, just grind up the whole thing, and you know, there might be fins and bones and eyeballs and everything else in here, but you know, I have the nice, wonderful coffee taste in my mouth right now. Do I really want to do this? I want to do this for all of you, just for your entertainment pleasure. Oh my gosh. You know, it's not bad. No, actually, it tastes like tuna, but there's something else added to it, or some kind of other aftertaste that I didn't like, and I didn't really feel I should swallow. But anyway, I'm going to dump the rest out. You know, I'm not crazy about cats, but I kind of feel sorry for them. And the funny thing is, you know, we have a cat at home right now. We've had different cats through the years, usually outside cats, preferably. And sorry. This is going to be an unedited one just because I don't feel like editing this time. But every once in a while my wife will get the cat we have now, Stripes, get her a little can of special food instead of just having the big box Stripe stuff. And because, you know, that's a special treat for her. I don't know if this is a treat, but what's the other stuff taste like? good and clean. Oh, okay. I gotta 1 second here. I had to buy a hole punch. I didn't have one. And it was funny, I had to actually go to the craft supply area at the big blue box store and get kind of a fancy one because there was none in the school supplies. That was really weird. Okay, so now, so it's all cleaned out, it's empty. Hey, I tried at least. I mean, you know. So now you just go on the edge, and there's like just a sharp little edge, and you just kind of bend it down, just because you're using it. You don't cut yourself on the edges or whatever. I mean, you shouldn't have to put your hand in there at all, or fingers, but so I'm just using the pliers to bend down that little sharp edge. And I'm getting unloaded here in Madison, Wisconsin, a load of watermelon I brought from Foley, Minnesota, and hopefully I'll be home this afternoon finally. Today's Tuesday and I left last Monday. I'm ready to be home for the week, but it's been good. God's with me always. Alright, now I'll take the label off. And I should have got some Goo Gone to take off the adhesive, because there's always a little bit of adhesive on cans like this. I'm just excited about this DIY project because some DIYs are cool, some are, yeah, that's cool, but I've watched some videos and this supposedly works really good. As a matter of fact, I've seen a couple of videos where people did comparisons of different kinds of mini pocket, backpack alcohol stoves, and they included DIY ones, homemade ones, and this is one of the best ones. It works the best. And you know what? You know how much this costs? 64 cents. And actually it's free if you consider the food could go for your cat. Of course, it just went a little bit for me and the rest of it garbage, but still. So it's pretty much free, compared to what? $20, $40, $60? Yeah, this is pretty cool. So, in the video, what they did was they punched one hole. I wasn't going to do the whole video, like every step, but why not? So, and again, there's other trucks backing in here and I'm getting unloaded, so I might have to pause, but. And this is like aluminum, pretty thick aluminum, good enough for something like this. But yeah, so right under the ridge, you do one hole. I pulled in here a little bit ago. It's kind of a tight place. There's 3 docks. I took the middle one because I figured it'd be easier getting out, and I'm glad I did, because now when another truck came in on one side, another came on the other side, and yeah, it's pretty tight. Okay, so you do one hole, and then just to make it symmetrical, you do another hole right across from that. And then you do one the other way, like so. It's going to be one on every side. If that makes sense. This really goes through really good too. So I got 2 right across from each other, and then I did another one. I'm going to do one right across from that one. And I'm really bad at math, so this makes it easy. Okay, so I got 4 holes. You can see that, and then you just and then you go between the other ones, and you'll end up having 16 holes supposedly, without having to count. I get lost on the way to 16. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. I'm so excited about this cool DIY. It's just, because I wanted to get an alcohol stove, and now I'll have one pretty much for free. Okay, now there's 6. Okay, I'm going to do this right. Doesn't seem like 16 are gonna fit in here, but maybe. And the hole punch gets stuck a little bit, but getting a pretty cool alcohol stove here. And the weird thing is, how is that? Oh, it must be holding the things in there. No, it's not. How does that work? It's not. You know when you do paper and you punch holes, you get the little paper circle. There's no metal circles coming out. How does that work? Where do they go? They just disappear? I mean, if you're popping a hole, there's got to be a thing. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I do one in between every other one, it should be 16. Oh, that's really cool how that works. I'm not crazy about math, but sometimes it's kind of cool. I mean, math is really cool. It's amazing, and we need it. And it makes sense. I mean, that's the thing. It's a logical thing. It's not a feeling thing. Math is math. It just works. And it adds up. It's just, I don't like it. It's really confusing. And I have a math class coming up in my college classes, and it's going to be a real struggle. And it's just the basic college math class, but everybody struggles with it, and I struggle more than most. So anyway, God will get me through it. This is really an ingenious thing. I'm so excited to see if this really works. Well, it does work. I've already watched videos. But sometimes I make something and it doesn't work like everybody else made it work. But kind of going by what I've seen, I just think this is so cool that instead of buying an expensive one, you have one for free, and it actually is one of the best ones. So look, it ends up being holes all the way, and that's the burner. And see, you put a pot on here, and the heat is directed out the holes like a flame around it, like a regular burner on a stove. It's just ingenious. So how many we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. Now you go under, between, just a hair under. But in between each one, so you end up not. It's either 12 or 15, I think. You know what I mean? Now you do a row like that under each, between every two. Hopefully I can do this right. And be careful. You don't really even have to do that. You can just poke a whole bunch of holes. This is to make it symmetrical and professional looking. But be careful not to make sure your bottom row is low enough that you don't end up popping through the other holes or too close to them. But you don't want it too low, because your alcohol has to sit below the bottom row of holes. And you only put like an ounce in there. Supposedly you put like an ounce of alcohol, and that'll easily fit under that row. And 1 ounce will burn for like 8 minutes or so, and that should be enough to the driver there, I think he wasn't sure where to go. I was going to tell him, because the shipping door is on the end, or receiving. Anyway, supposedly 1 ounce of alcohol, I think it's 1 ounce or 2 ounces, I think. There's other better videos than mine, obviously, always, but mine's usually just a goofy version of something. Rambling. Supposedly 1 or 2 ounces is enough for it to burn for like 8 minutes or so, 7, 8 minutes, and that's long enough to boil a cup of water, 2 cups of water, something like that. The other thing is I have a little metal cup, but I don't have a lid, so that's probably not going to cook as quick. I don't have a little cook pot yet. I just have a little metal cup I was going to use for this test little project. So we'll see if that works. This is so cool. Gosh, you could make these and sell these. See how that's working? Actually looks really cool. And what this is called, it's called the Super Cat Stove, because it's made from a cat tin. And there's different versions and other ways of making. Some people make them out of the bottom of a pop can. There's different ways, but this one is simple, small, and it works without having other things or other sizes and different things. In a way, I might try like a tuna can or a little chicken can because it's a little wider for a bigger pot. This is pretty small, but it's done. So how many holes is the bottom row? Just so you know. 1, 2. Again, I'm bad at math. See if I can hold the hole. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, that's not right. The top row is 16, so it can't be 16 on the bottom because you're going every other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How is that possible? I thought it was like 12 or 15 holes. I don't know if it was going to work now. Maybe I didn't do it right. I watched the video and it said to do in between the other holes. If you're doing it in between each hole, wouldn't that be less holes, not more? How does that work? See, I don't get math. Anyway, well, there you are. The DIY Super Cat stove from a 64-cent can of cat food. And it's a 3-ounce can, and it can be any brand. It doesn't matter. And that's all you have to have. And so basically you just have this in your cook kit, in your backpack. It's so small, that's all you need. And then you have a little bottle of the yellow heat, and you just pour a little bit in there, light it, and supposedly it lights. Prime, that's the word I was looking for. It has to prime up, it has to get hot before you put. So I have a little cup here. I don't know if this is going to work because it doesn't have a lid, so then it's not going to heat up as fast, but I have a little metal. So then after it's primed and really hot, you put this on there, and that blocks the flame on the top, and then it comes out all the holes and makes a burner, and it cooks. I'm excited to see this. So yeah, anyway, there you are. That's the Super Cat stove. So the next part of the video is going to be later today. I'm going to stop at a rest area. I'll sit on a piece of, on a concrete curb or a picnic table or something, and I'm going to try it out and see if it works. I'm sure it'll work, but I just want to do it. So anyway, yeah, so we'll see you on the next part of the video. Yeah, it's still me. Okay, so now I'm at a rest area in Wisconsin, westbound at exit 75, Linden Station, I believe. And I'm going to try out the stove. I'm excited. Hopefully it won't blow up. I don't think it should. This is the kind of thing, the videos I've watched and everything, it's pretty safe because it's open on top and the holes on the sides are so big, and it's just a little bit of alcohol, so it should work. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera over like this. So I have it, you know what, I'm going to take the phone off here and set it like this, maybe. How about like that? I have it on a little tripod, but I want it lower, so can that work, maybe? You know what, maybe. How about this? Okay. Ooh, it's hot out here. Okay. So we like 90 or so. Yeah, I might end up putting it lower because I want you to be able to see the flame. Of course, this is alcohol. You might not be able to see the flame during the day anyway. So I got a little tinfoil thing around it just for safety. So okay, it's actually burning. You can't see it because it's alcohol. I wish it was nighttime because it would be like a blue, but there's actually heat coming off. This is so cool. This is the coolest thing. There's actually heat on the top. This is just so cool. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to set my timer on my phone, or on my watch. Such a big flame. I don't know why it's such a big flame. It should die down slower. It's kind of breezy here too. So I used about an ounce of that heat, that liquid alcohol or whatever you want to call it, and I got about 12 ounces of water in the cup. Again, this isn't really the correct cup. This is a stainless steel insulated mug, so hopefully this works. The other thing is it's kind of breezy, so hopefully it doesn't go out too quick. And again, I don't have a lid on it either, so it would work better with a lid. But there's definitely heat coming. Again, if it was nighttime, you'd see a blue flame around coming out all the holes. You know what? I think it went out already. Ooh, whoa. The water's hot already though. So it's not boiling. I can't even touch the cup really. My goodness, that was only about 4 minutes. And it's not boiling, but the water is hot. Hot enough for coffee or tea or hot chocolate. And again, this is the wrong kind of cup. But yeah, the flame is out. So it's done burning. So it's a little warm. But there's nothing left. The alcohol burns away. It just evaporates. So it worked. I know that it was kind of hard to see, but there was flame coming out all the holes, and it was blue. It's just hard to see during the day. And it did heat the water. It's very hot. In just about 4 minutes. They were saying like 6, 7, 8 minutes. That it takes, even if it takes 10 minutes, big deal. 10 minutes for a cup of coffee or some water for soup or stew or whatever you want. That's pretty good. And I might not have put enough alcohol in there either, because in the videos I watched, it burned a lot longer. That didn't burn real long, but the water's actually hot. So yeah, it worked. My little alcohol stove worked. It's crazy. And talk about safe. I mean, it's just a little thing. do it anywhere. I can put this back in my kit. So I eventually want to get like a little pot with a lid and maybe a cup or whatever, and then I'll have this in there with a little bottle of the alcohol, and it's its own little stove. It's just amazing. Just a simple little thing. 64 cents. Actually, it's free if you give the food to your cat, or you could try eating it. Anyway. So it actually worked. The Super Cat mini pocket bushcraft camping, hiking, do-it-yourself stove. Pretty cool. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Watch my other videos. I'm 276 videos now. There's a lot of them. Woodworking and hiking, canoeing, bushcrafting stuff, carving, family stuff, traveling, trucking, teaching, all kinds of stuff. And again, I just hope my videos encourage you or inspire you or at least help you smile. So again, thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.